Hello, Isaac, Croatia. My name is Ante Glava. I'm an alumni of Isaac, just a little bit about myself, so you know who I am and what I did in Isaac. It formed a huge part of my life. I was in Isaac. I joined in 1991 when it was the interesting years when the war broke out, and I was in Isaac until 1997, doing various roles. I was in the second ever national committee, we called it then, the MC, and then later on I became the MCP, and then went on to become a member of Isaac International. And during those times, those were some of the best years of my life, and very formative in the sense of just every word. So I want to really encourage you right now to take your time in Isaac. I know you've heard that from a lot of us old alumni who are saying you need to enjoy your time and so forth, but this is a unique opportunity in your time in one of the world's best organizations. And I can safely say that because I work with thousands of various nonprofits around the world, and that is my current role right now. And there isn't really an organization like Isaac. So the time you have often you take for granted, and then when you leave Isaac, 10, 20 years later, you wish you would have done more at the time. And the reason why it's such a great organization is you get what you put in. I mean, and the more you put in, the more you get out. And that's something that I really want to positively challenge you, is to really put in your time. Don't just sit around and try to pretend to be cool, because in 10 years, you're probably going to be like me, fat and bald, and you're not going to be cool anymore. So that coolness has no results or effect for your future. And it's amazing what you can do when you do put in time. Just to give you a brief story, when in Isaac, Croatia before, and like many Croatians, we always have excuses for why things don't work. It's someone else is always to blame. It's their fault. And really, during the war years, we had a million excuses. It was the war going on. It was very hard to study. I mean, it was really a mess, as you know, and you've probably heard during the years from '91 till I was in Isaac till '97, and those were some tough years. But during that time, and when the war was the hardest, I remember in 1993, 1994, just my local committee where I was from Zagreb, we had over 100 exchanges that year. It was just mind-blowing that during that time. Of course, many of those trainees didn't come to Croatia because of the war, but we still had more trainees actually even arriving and realized in Zagreb than all Croatia has at the moment right now. So I think there's a lot of potential, no excuses. On top of that, in our board of advisors, we had 70% of the Croatian economy, and our board of advisor meetings were held at the presidential palace, convened with all the Croatian leaders. It was amazing the work that was going on. There was a sense of energy, and as you know, we Croatians are very proud, so there was a huge pride that we, as a country that's separated from Yugoslavia, could do amazing work in the world. And I have to tell you, all those Isaacers that were involved during that time, because they put in a lot of effort, today are in leading positions in Croatia. Whenever I come back, I'm still in touch with a good number of alumni from my years. A lot of you others who might be seeing this, I'm very sorry if I'm not in touch, since living in the U.S. and this capitalist society, I get very little time to come to Croatia, and that gets really taken up with family. But I hope to move back after I finish my doctorate. But I really want to say that, and they could tell you firsthand, it's amazing where the positions these Icebreakers got, and a lot of it is due to the work we did back in those years. So again, I want to encourage you to make the most out of your time in Isaac. You definitely want to have another time like it, and the more you put in is really what you get out.